second overall. The second overall pick in the NFL draft of 1983 exploded onto the scene as the Los Angeles Rams' #1 selection, establishing a mark for first-year players with 1,808 yards. The one-time SMU Mustang became a full-time thoroughbred in the NFL, looking to become one of pro football's finest, which he did, as he became the Rams' all-time leading rusher with 7,245 yards in just 65 games, while leading the NFL in rushing 3 times. Dickerson's long strides in the open field gave many the false impression that he wasn't running hard. However, that was the farthest from being accurate, for the 6'3", 220-pound back possessed phenomenal speed to complement his great strength. During the season of 1987, this thoroughbred became a Colt, joining Indianapolis, where he continued to excel, gaining 1,011 yards to lead the AFC, followed by an NFL best in 1988 with 1,659. From 1983 to 1993, number 29 played professional football, being voted to the Pro Bowl 6 times, establishing many career and single-season records along the way, including the most rushing yards in 1 year.
Takes the snap, gives to Dickerson, turns right. He is at the 40. He's got it to the 45-yard line. Dickerson picks up about 9 yards.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome a man who set out to establish high marks in the NFL and even higher standards for himself, succeeding in both. Hall of Famer Eric Dickerson.
Stand 1,808. Most yards by a rookie. 248. Most yards in a playoff game. 2,105. Most yards in a season by any back in NFL history.
Eric Dickerson was the most feared man in the National Football League. Whenever you played him, he seemed unstoppable.
It's hard to find a back like me. I mean, it really, and that's not like being boastful. It's hard to find a big, fast back.
A record 7 consecutive seasons with more than 1,200 yards. 4 NFL rushing titles. Well, the sheer volume of Dickerson's career numbers mandated Hall of Fame induction, running backs. The most dynamic back of his era, and arguably the most explosive back of any era, Dickerson has not inspired transcendent memories in the collective.
And I think the reason why his name is so seldom mentioned when you talk about great backs is because of some of the controversial things that happened during the time that he played.
Controversy, as much as talent, was a constant. He finished as a journeyman. His mystifying combination of power and grace had receded far into the background, replaced by disaffection and discontent.
35. Eric Dickerson then sent the Cowboys and long-held records tumbling as he rushed for a league playoff record of 248 yards, the greatest single-game performance in Rams history.
Peter Brock comes out of there as the quarterback. Turns and gives to the tailback Dickerson. Pops up the middle of the 40, 40, to the 30, to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown! 55 yards.
That's the nice piece of running, showing you, look at this and take that in your face, Dorsett. He had a cornerback trying to get to him, but he just laid it down and put it down into another gear. That's fun to watch.
Peter Brock works on 2nd and 10 now. Turns out and pitches off to Dickerson. Hard right. That's the 40, 35, 30, down to the 20, 15, down to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown!
Whoa! Did he do that? Yes.
Amazing.
Less than a decade after his retirement, the memory's strange to recall Eric Dickerson at his best. The upright running style, the long, graceful strides, the deceptive wave of elegance. Perhaps That is the biggest shame of all.
Dickerson up the middle, cut to the 10. He's at the 5.